Well, today, Micah and I are working on the 79 Ford with the 429. We're gonna bring this truck back to life. I'll flip the camera around and we'll get into it. So I'm just trying to remember everything we gotta do. We don't have a carburetor, so Micah's gonna jump up here with the vacuum next and just vacuum all the top of the motor because, you know, there's been leaves and stuff blowing everywhere. And I have a Holly we're gonna stick on there. It has the big spacer. So we're gonna get the Holly stuck on there. And Micah and I just emptied the box. We're gonna pull this plastic box liner out so that we can mount the fuel cell right there. At some point, this is gonna get the battery in the box. We are also going to drop both the fuel tanks out because we don't need them anymore. And I'm going to use them in the 77 4x4 because there was no fuel tanks in that thing. I have tires upstairs, so we got to jack this thing up just to move the fuel tanks out, and swap all the tires. And then we have a fuel system we got to install because that was my fuel system. So I need to solve that. Oh yeah, I just remembered. The other reason we have to drop the fuel tanks is because the brake line popped and it's leaking brake fluid and it's above the fuel tank. So I have to drop them anyway. So we have a brake line to fix the back, but it does have front brakes. So let's rip this bed liner out, Micah. Okay. That's better than I thought. Just a couple little rust holes. There's one in the fender. I think that means we have to tub it. It's actually pretty good. Oh, there's another one. Oh well, it's a good start. Whatever. We're just gonna bag on it anyway. We're not restoring this. We're having fun. Where is it? Can't run the camera and a screwdriver at the same time. There we go. That's what we need. All right, screwdriver. I'll grab the tank. All right, the bed's clean. We got a fuel cell. We have to drop the tank underneath before we mount that. And it's missing one of the plugs that comes out. But the new fuel kit we have, I think, has extra stuff for that. So we got this all vacuumed up and we got to clean up where the carb goes. Pull that old gasket off, give it a little cleaning, and let's throw a carb on it next. That's right. Kind of tough to do with one hand. There we go. Put one of those on. All right, let's throw the carb on. We got a carburetor on. Mike is just undoing a fuel line. We'll get rid of this tank. All right, we have a carburetor. I have to figure out the linkage because they're not the same. And I actually think I have a new MSD coil for this thing because of the Ford big block that went in the jet boat. So I think I had a couple of those. Oh, we got a brand new battery to throw in it. Let's throw a battery in it. Oh. I think we gotta go that way. Not a fan of that, but it'll work for what we're doing. All right, let's dig out the fuel system. I will do another video on this, but this is what we are using. Evil Energy sent me an LS style fuel kit, which I already showed you guys. Let me just get out of the box. So we have an electric fuel pump. I believe that was a fuel regulator, filters, something rather. Where's the fittings? We got a whole bunch of fuel line. There we go. Might have the fitting I need, I'm not sure. Oh, and this is all fittings too. All right, so we're gonna do an install video on this once we get to that point. Oh, look at all the fittings, my goodness. Gotta be able to make something work there. I'll do an install video. First, we gotta get all the fuel tanks out and wheels off and stuff. And at some point, I think we should put a mini spool in it because this baby does the one tire fire. Mike has got those removed. Isn't he awesome? That's gonna be my new shop. Just Micah and I are gonna build custom cars. Those will work. Look at that. Old school center lines I found upstairs. What are they? 255s for the rear. Where's the front? Where's the front? 235s for the front. Perfect. Those are Chevy bolt patterns, so we have to swap those on the tire machine. I'll have to hook it up and make sure it still works. We're getting somewhere. I guess I got to get dirty and get under it, but I got to get my coveralls on for that. Well, the fuel tanks are out. Of course, they fought me the whole way. At least the side one did. The rear wasn't bad. The rear tank seems to be okay. It's, you know, rusty on the outside, but no issues. The side tank's leaking from the top. It's completely full. It smells like Varsol, so I'm guessing it's rotten. And last time I tried to order one of those, they said they don't make them anymore. So that's why I was trying to save that tank for my 77 4x4. It has no tanks in it. So I guess that's a no-go, that one. But we'll get underneath and I'll show you what it looks like. Got a pinion seal to address. Looks like a pretty good one. I guess we should do new shocks. These are the old fuel lines and brake line. Fuel lines can all come out. That brake line is the one that popped back here somewhere. I can't quite remember where it was, but by the looks of it, going to have to do all new brake lines because that's just not going to be trustworthy at high speeds. And Micah is just working on getting rid of these running boards because we might as well lose a bunch of weight off of this truck if we can. And then we got some leaks up front, possibly a rear main. Is what it is. I had to stop and show you this. This is a doozy. This is some high quality work here. So it seems someone did cab corners at some point, and Micah was having trouble with this running board. You're gonna love this. It seems some asswipe took the cab corner, ran it over top of the old cab corner, over top of the running board mount, and then just bonded it on the outside so that you can't see it. That's just awesome. And it had some rust, and you can see they just added the patch panel over top to hide the rust and then bonded it. Yeah, but the good news is the brake line is actually good from this junction forward. So I have about 4 feet to go, and then it just curves around to there. So I'm going to spray it all and give that a couple days. See if I can actually just need that piece and not have to do the whole brake system for now. But I got a lot more than I planned, so let's just get this other running board off. We have no running boards now. Just charging up all the helmets in the sun. And next is I gotta get my tire machine dug out. Run the air to it so we can put this thing on the ground. I think I got a backup set of wheels and tires if I need to move it, but that's it for this video. Now I got other things I gotta deal with before I can continue. Made some progress on it though. That's exciting.